City, where Charles will receive an environmental award. And now here's Jim with more news.
The Federal Aviation Administration is out with a new report showing just how bad air travel delays have gotten. Commercial flights were delayed more than 22 million minutes last year, a record high. The airports with the highest number of delayed flights were all here in New York: Kennedy, LaGuardia, and Newark. Surprise, surprise. The airlines say bad weather is mostly to blame. Well, flight delays are one thing, but last month, the passengers and crew on an American Airlines jet wound up stuck on the tarmac in Austin, Texas for nearly 9 hours. Well, the passengers were furious about it, no surprise there, but they're doing something about it as well. They're proposing an airline passenger's Bill of Rights to present to Congress. And two of them, Melissa Wheeler and Mark Vail, join us from Bass Lake, California. Good morning, and thanks for getting up with us.
Good morning.
Mark, let's start with you. Can you describe for me, I mean, it's an unbelievable story. How bad were conditions on the plane?
Well, we left Fresno at 7:30 in the morning and had a regular 3-hour flight over to Texas trying to get to Dallas. And the flight over was fine, but as we got there, it got really bumpy. We were told by the captain we've been diverted to Austin because of weather. We don't have enough fuel to circle. And so we landed and lined up with 5 other planes on the tarmac. Things just became surreal after that. It just hour after hour after hour, we kept hearing, well, they're going to make a decision in 30 minutes, and they never did.
And Melissa, while hour after hour after hour was going on, what happened inside the plane? Did conditions deteriorate?
Oh, yes. It deteriorated fast, actually. With no food on the plane, literally 0.5 ounce of bag of peanuts and pretzels for everybody for this entire time.
Yeah, it's not like they had a bunch of it's not like they had a bunch of airline meals stored there. It was just just peanuts and water.
No smorgy aboard.
Right.
They did not have anything at all. But you know, it was a sight to see. Everybody start getting very agitated and angry, and babies didn't have formula anymore, and it was getting pretty bad.
There's really, it's not a laughing matter. I mean, imagine, Mark, you must have seen some passengers, not only babies not having formula, but I understand you were sitting next to somebody with a fairly significant medical condition, correct?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, there was an elderly couple sitting right next to me, and after the food ran out, I noticed she was beginning to shake uncontrollably, and she had to wave down one of the stewardesses and said, "Ma'am, I have diabetes. I have no medication. It's all in my luggage. You have got to find me something to eat." She begged for something to eat. The stewardess said, "I'll try to find something right now." She came back and dug up an old crusty bagel and a little half pint of milk. The woman next to me tore into the bagel, started to sip the milk and spit it right back, saying it was curdled.
All right, we want to show you what American Airlines had to say about all this. A statement from American Airlines, let me read to you. "We included compensation in the form of vouchers in our apology letters. We've examined our reaction to the weather that day, and we've re-emphasized areas of our procedures that'll help ensure that the situation never happens again." Melissa, what kind of compensation did they offer you in the form of vouchers?
We actually got a $500 voucher. But have been instructed not to use them because we may not be able to be part of the coalition and go on with the passenger Bill of Rights.
Lovely.
So no matter how tempting it is,
yeah,
we're not using them.
$500 for that, huh? Okay, I know you folks have started...
To fly an American again.
Right.
Yeah.
We want to put up, I know you folks have been instrumental in starting this sort of Bill of Rights that this doesn't happen to other people. And I guess a couple of the major points: return passengers to gate when the plane sits on the tarmac longer than three hours. This is critical, Melissa, to you, correct?
Very much so. I don't even think it should actually be 3 hours. I think it should be shorter. But at the same time, it needs to stop. This has happened way too often. It's not just us. We're not the first, and we're definitely not the last if we don't do this.
We're also talking about providing, I think, essential needs of passengers during an air or ground-based delays longer than 3 hours. So, for instance, the story with the senior citizens doesn't happen again. Mark?
Exactly. There was another passenger on our plane up in the front. If you want to say we were one of the lucky planes, we had 2 medical problems on our plane.
All right.
And it's just, passengers can't be treated like cattle anymore.
Well, it sounds like you two are doing about as much as anybody else to make sure that doesn't happen. Mark and Melissa, listen, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We do appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And it's about 10 minutes after the hour. Time for another check of the weather with Ira Jo Fisher. Good morning, Ira.
Good morning, Jim. You see the fan club is here. They